Dear students, today I am going to discuss Module 3 Digital Signal Processing, uh, Design of IAR Filter. Under this title, we will see the bilinear transformation technique to convert analog transfer function to digital transfer function. Okay. So, bilinear transformation technique, why we are going means in order to overcome the disadvantages of impulse invariant technique. Okay, impulse invariant technique is many to one mapping. It is said to be non-conformal mapping. Why it is non-conformal mapping means many to one mapping. Many to one mapping means you are transferring, while transferring analog transfer function to digital transfer function, the poles and zeros which is located in the S plane. Okay, S plane will be mapped while transferring it to digital, will be mapped in same place. Okay, for example, I will show the this one S plane and Z plane relation. See, this is your S plane. This is your S plane. Okay, and this is your Z plane. Sorry, Z plane. We know that Z plane will be represented in unit circle. All the poles and zeros will be represented inside the unit circle, and in Z plane all the poles and zeros will be represented in the left half of the S plane. Like this is nothing but your zeros and poles. This is zeros, this is poles. While transferring these zeros and poles to digital, that is to Z plane, what will happen? Suppose this pole is located in left half of the S plane here, and this is located in the third quadrant like this. But while transferring, what will happen? Both the poles will be located in same place on Z plane. That is called as many to one mapping. Okay, many poles on zeros will be located in same place on the Z plane. That is called as many to one mapping. That can be overcome in bilinear transformation technique. That is called as one-to-one mapping, also called as conformal mapping. Okay, so here how we are going to convert the S domain to Z domain means wherever S is there, there you are going to substitute 2 by T, that is into 1 minus Z power minus 1 divided by 1 plus Z power minus 1. And here you see what is the relationship between analog transfer function and digital transfer function. Here in S, you know that this is your this is your S domain, that is, this is your imaginary axis. So, sorry, this is your real axis, this is your imaginary axis. Okay, and in Z domain you will represent in circle. This here Z equal to R into e power j omega, where R is nothing but your radius. Okay, that radius will be is equal to 1, and S is equal to 2 by T, that is 1 minus Z inverse divided by 1 plus Z inverse. Wherever S is there, there we are going to substitute S is equal to 2 by T, 1 minus Z inverse divided by 1 plus Z inverse. Now I am going to substitute S equal to j omega, and this S value I am going to substitute 2 by T, 1 minus e power j omega minus j omega, 1 plus e power minus j omega, because Z is e power j omega. I am going to substitute. Now here this T, this one value, we are going to write this one value as e power j omega divided by 2 into e power minus j omega divided by 2. So this, if you simplify, e power j omega 2 plus minus e power j omega 2, both will be cancelled, so that e power, this will be is equal to e power 0, that e power 0 will be equal to 1. So that this 1 will be replaced like this, upper and numerator and denominator. Now after simplifying, now the common term is e power j omega divided by 2. Here I'm going to take e power j omega 2 divided by 2 as a common term. So here also into, if you make into e power minus j omega divided by 2, this e power minus j omega divided by 2 can be written as e power into e power minus j omega divided by 2 I can write. Okay, so this e power minus j omega divided by 2 into e power minus j omega divided by 2 is nothing but 2 j omega divided by 2. So 2 to get cancelled, you will get same thing. So that only they have written. So they have taken e power minus j omega divided by 2 as a common term. And now after simplifying this one, what will happen here? This both will get cancelled, and you will get this e power j omega divided by 2 equal to e power minus j omega. This is nothing but your cos term. So this is nothing but your sine term, and this is nothing but your cos term, because here it is plus is there. So sine term, cos term. Now this will be equal to 2 by t tan of omega divided by 2. So the analog frequency will be given by this omega. Digital frequency is this omega. Now the analog frequency omega will be is equal to 2 by t tan of omega divided by 2. Now in this bilinear transformation technique, what is the disadvantage? Is frequency warping. This frequency warping is a disadvantage. Why this frequency warping is introduced means because of the tan function. This introduce non-linear, which causes distortion in the frequency axis. In the frequency axis, it will causes the distortion, so that it is called as a frequency warping. Now coming to the problem, this problem, and here how to, one more thing I want to tell, how to overcome this frequency warping means by using pre-warping technique. By using pre-warping technique, we are going to avoid the this warping. That is nothing but your distortion. Okay, the distortion can be overcome by using pre-warping. What is meant by pre-warping means, before transferring the filter analog to digital, what we are going to do, we are not directly going to transfer to the digital side. Using low pass filter, we are going to transfer the samples. Okay, so here at the receiver side as well as at the transmitter side, we are going to use the low pass filter in order to overcome this warping effect. Okay, so this warping effect can be overcome by using low pass filter at the receiver side and transmitter side. So the advantages is one-to-one mapping. The advantages of impulse invariant technique is non-conformal mapping that can be overcome by using impulse in bilinear transformation technique. The bilinear transformation technique is a conformal mapping or one-to-one mapping, and here the disadvantages is frequency warping. This frequency warping can be overcome by using pre-warping technique. Okay, thank you students.